which she definitely was not. She's been the principal at Cove since, the Roman Empire. But for a person of her age, she has amazing eyesight. She can spot violations of the school dress code from 7 miles away. It's like a superpower. She patrols the school grounds every morning, and every minute or so she'll point and yell, "Hey!" She'll be pointing at some kid way off in the distance who isn't wearing an approved Coral Cove shirt, or doesn't have an ID badge, or has shorts that are too short, or whatever. "You!" the stinger will yell. "Come here!" The kid will be like, "Who, me?" And the stinger will yell, "Yes, you!" Then the kid will trudge over and the stinger will give him or her a detention. She gives out 25 detentions before school even starts. You never know when she's going to strike next. So anyway, according to the legend, one spring morning a few years ago, the stinger was patrolling the courtyard and she spotted this kid on the second-floor balcony next to the media center. The kid was leaning with his back against the railing and wearing a tie-dyed shirt, which is definitely a violation of the Coral Cove dress code. "Hey!" yelled the stinger. The kid didn't move. "Hey!" yelled the stinger again. "On the balcony! Turn around! I'm talking to you!" The kid still didn't move. The stinger, looking even madder than usual, started walking toward the balcony. Many people were watching. It was pretty obvious the kid was going to get more than one detention. Probably several detentions, plus the electric chair. Now the stinger was under the balcony. "You, turn around right now!" she yelled. Still nothing from the kid. The stinger was right under him, glaring so hard it was a miracle the kid didn't burst into flames. Everybody in the courtyard was totally quiet. Then the kid jumped off the balcony. A lot of people screamed, not just girls. The kid landed on the concrete about 2 feet in front of the stinger, who jumped backward, an amazing distance for a person her age. Then she and a bunch of other people ran to the kid, who was lying there absolutely still, like a dead person. Except it wasn't a person. It was a dummy from Health Sciences. And the t-shirt it was wearing said April Fool, because this happened to be April 1st. Somebody had put the shirt and a wig on the dummy, propped it against the balcony railing, crouched out of sight, and flung it off when the stinger got close. It was a pretty good prank. A lot of people laughed. The stinger was not one of them. She tried really hard to find out who did it, but she had no luck. She did, however, give out about 14 million detentions over the next week. So the lesson was, if you mess with the stinger, everyone pays. Anyway, getting back to this particular morning in October, I was walking across the courtyard with my idiot best friend, Matt Diaz, looking for the group of kids we hung out with. I was especially looking for Susanna Delgado, who's this girl I really like, even though she's kind of out of my league. She's pretty and smart and really good at sports and anything else she does. In middle school, she was involved in that insane class trip, and even though I got most of the credit for being a hero, the truth is that she was way braver than me. But we came out of it as pretty good friends. We even went to our middle school prom together, which was basically, I know how pathetic this sounds, the social high point of my life. We were still friends in high school, but not as much as I wanted to be. I saw her sometimes, and she was always nice, but since she was popular and hot, she was usually surrounded by a bunch of other popular and hot kids. Also, there were more and more upperclassmen noticing her. Guys I can't really compete with. Guys with cars. But sometimes in the morning, she hangs around with the old middle school clot of kids, and this morning I spotted her as Matt and I walked across the courtyard. Right then, Matt said something that is a perfect example of why he's an idiot. "I brought Frank," he said. "You what?" I said. I should explain here that Frank is a ferret. "He's in my backpack," said Matt. "Why?" I said. "He gets lonely when I leave him at home." "But he's a ferret. That doesn't mean he doesn't have feelings. You can't bring a ferret to school. Nobody's gonna see him. He has food in there." "You're an idiot. You know that?" Before Matt could answer, we reached the group. Susanna waved at me and smiled, which made this an excellent day so far. I went straight over to her. "Guess what Matt did," I said. "Something idiotic?" Susanna knows Matt well. "Correct," I said. He brought